Good morning, my coven. Welcome back. Sick and tired here. I hope you are having a wonderful morning. So for today's video, we are going to be talking about the resilient Jenkins. If you don't remember who they are the family that has, I believe, 5 children, and they live in a 1-bedroom apartment.
As you can read in the caption above, we're a family of 6 going on 7 living in a 1-bedroom apartment. As the kids grow older, that means we constantly have to adapt our environment to give them more means for privacy and extra space. When outside our environment appears cluttered, disorganized, what have you. But quite frankly, after making do for nearly 3 years now, I have nothing but a grateful spirit for the roof over our head. Generally, the instant judgment me and my husband receive, why have so many kids if you don't have enough space for them? See, my perception is judgment comes from a place of not having the experience. When you've experienced enough, you generally don't judge people. I can tell you after everything I've been through in the past 3 years, there's very little I have to judge people on. I would be lying if I said there wasn't a point in my life that I was so naive that I might have judged a poor person based off their appearance. And like I said, I have learned a lot. I generally look like I'm roughing it, but that's because our kids come first. I do everything I can to keep our environment clean and tidy. When it comes down to it, I could shove everything my kids have in 1 bedroom of some of these houses I see, and it would really look like nothing. We try to teach our kids to take care of what they have, be grateful for what we have. We keep praying and pushing for the growth that we want. Appreciate y'all watching. See you in the next video.
I had said that I wasn't going to talk about them anymore. I felt like I said everything I had to say. I don't believe anybody is going to change just because I bring it up in a video, but I do like to make you guys aware because that's what we talk about here. We talk about parents that mistreat their children. But there is a really big update with the resilient Jenkins. They are actually getting evicted. When I started kind of looking into it, I think they were being evicted in like 8 days. Well, now they are going to be evicted tomorrow. I think tomorrow is the deadline. And they have not packed a single thing in the house. And she is very, very angry at the wrong people, which is us. And she's making it very loud and clear right now. So we're going to kind of just go through some of the videos. I'll bring you guys up to speed on what's going on. And like I always say, make your voices heard down below.
So as I'm sure you're well aware now, everyone and their brother has made it their business that we're being evicted, and we have a move out date in less than a month. Like I said before, I could give a fuck what people have to say about us online. For a split moment there last night, I thought I was going to bounce back to my old self and say something. Specifically to this one mama that just keeps popping up on my For You page on all the platforms. I took the time to really ask myself if that's what I want to do. I went to her page and realized I've been the talk of her content for quite some time now, as well as quite a few other moms she likes to just mom shame on repeat. I realized immediately, so not worth it. This girl is so bitter. Because in all honesty, pointing out everything you have that another mama doesn't have doesn't make you better. So like I was saying, after a long day of reflecting, if I really want to snap back at either of these people, really all I have to say to y'all is you're welcome. The only reason your videos get any views is because of the negative, untrue narrative you've set up about other people. I mean, let that sink in. Your content wouldn't get views if you were to do anything genuine about yourself. Yet you post gossip-worthy content, bashing other mamas, and you get the views. So really you should be thanking us mamas that your content gets any views. Even just a few hours I spent wondering if I was going to snap back at anybody really just left this negative, icky feeling in my that I just don't like anymore. There's definitely a point in my life where I gave everybody some negative energy. I've since then worked on myself, and I really don't like doing it. I find so much more peace on just focusing on my family and focusing on my growth. If you want to have your opinion on us, you can have that opinion.
Okay, a couple things there. First of all, she says, you know what? I'm not going to pay you guys any mind. Well, we've got a few other videos she's just going to prove herself wrong there. And when she was talking about the content creator, I didn't know who she was talking about. And then I read the comment section and I found her. So let me get something straight. Stephanie from the Resilient Jenkins is confused as to why people don't like her and Drew. But since she's wondering, let's clock it real quick. Oh, and before I get into this, let me just address something. Stephanie, before you start coming at people and what content they're making, maybe you should think about what content you're making. You can complain all you want about people talking about you, but you made your content about y'all living in a 1-bedroom apartment with 7 people in it. Now let's clock it. Now, before the internet bought your children beds that you then put in the kitchen, before that, they were sleeping on foam mats. Am I wrong? So after people bought your children beds, you then put them in the kitchen. While you and Drew sat up in your nice-ass bedroom with your flat-screen TV, your big, comfortable bed, in your space and your privacy, so that y'all can make more babies, right? She also had every excuse in the book as to why she and Drew never took the kitchen, or the living room at least. And if you would never sleep in a kitchen, why the fuck would you put your children in a kitchen? And then I think 2 of the other kids were sleeping next to the front door. Oh, and you would neglect your children, so that's why we don't like you. They are also being evicted in 9 days. And she literally just kicked their cats out to the curb. That is true. She did get rid of all of the cats and got rid of all their stuff. I guess she said that she was going to take them with her somewhere, but like everybody's saying, if you're taking the cats, then why did you throw everything out? And from the things that she was saying, actually, I'm going to be happy that I don't have to mess with the litter box, and I'm going to be happy there's no hair on the counter. So I don't even know if she really wanted those cats, which, if that's the case, why did you have those cats living there in those conditions if you didn't even want them? I have always wanted a husky, and I won't get one because I can't properly take care of it with my illness. We live in not a very big house. We don't have a backyard. I mean, seriously, I have a concrete step in my backyard. I wouldn't be able to properly take care of it. So I don't have one. I can't be selfish. Now, the foam mattress thing, I think, is what irritates me the most. Obviously, as you can see here, yes, this is what the kids were sleeping on the floor. They are sleeping on these mattresses. Look at this mattress. It's literally foam. It looks like a sponge. It looks like a sponge on the ground. These are how the kids are sleeping. This makes me really, really sad for the kids. Like, she is sleeping on a foam mattress on a hard tile floor. So I know that she is monetized, but I don't know how much she is making. I would think, though, anything that you're making, any extra money that you have, you would be saving to find somewhere where you guys have a little bit more space, saving to buy your children beds. That's what I would think.
Go on, explain yourself. If I explain myself, you're not even going to take 2 seconds to actually pay attention to my perspective. You're going to go ahead and listen to all the perspectives that are put out there about me. Make that make sense. You want me to sit here and explain my side of the story, but you're not even going to listen to it. So what the fuck is the point? I even see people say, I'm never going to waste time and go watch her videos. I'm never going to give her the time of day. How the fuck are you going to get to know if what everything is being said about me is actually accurate if you've never given me the time of day to get to know me? You think I give a fuck about your opinion? No. All I will say is accidents happen, and if I was some kind of crap, Drew would not be with me. He most definitely would not be with me. I don't smack my kids around. I love my kids. Y'all just searching for anything you can to try to put the blame back on me. And I gotta articulate myself because I'm trying not to come out this as mama bear as I want to. Because, girl, you don't even know his favorite food. You don't know his favorite song. You don't know nothing about him. And you didn't give 2 fucks until this moment. And that's just, it makes my stomach turn. He deserves so much better.
Okay, so I feel like she was just crashing out there a little bit, and I don't really know who she's talking about. I'm thinking she was talking about her husband, saying, people, you don't know who he is. From what I've seen, this man literally only just sits around and plays video games all day long, and also refuses to get a job because he doesn't want to have to pay child support for a child that he has with another woman. That's what I've read.
A little later than I was anticipating to post. I was busy baby making with the hubby, you know what I'm saying? I'm just playing. I just thought I'd give you guys your latest shish to talk so you can make your car payments next month. But for real, I'd really like to know what y'all's issue is with me and Drew, because personally, what have we ever actually done to either of you? That's right, absolutely not shit. And if you want to go and be like, yeah, well, the baby mama's okay, but they didn't have no issue with us until we went viral. If that doesn't speak levels as to what their intention was, I don't know. I'm
not true.
It's the fact that nobody thought to question that themselves. Like, really, did you go back and watch videos? Did they speak of us beforehand? And I'm not even referring to just baby mamas at this point. I'm referring to anybody who likes to talk shit every time we pop up in a viral video. What gets me about these videos is that people will really take what these people are saying about us before they come and actually learn anything about us themselves. Or you'll go and watch literally 5 seconds of a video and decide you know exactly what I said throughout the entire video. And to be fair, I guess I do sort of the same thing, because I really don't pay no mind to these videos that pop up about me. I don't give them more than about 5 seconds of my time. The difference is I don't watch it and then immediately go make my own video and try to profit off of what that person just posted. For me, I like to keep my content authentic. Okay, bye-bye now.
You're just flat out lying. Obviously, you do care, because this is just one of many videos that you've made saying that you don't give a shit what anybody thinks and that everybody just wants to judge you. We aren't just judging you just because. We have very good reason to be concerned about your children and the animals. You don't have the animals anymore, and hopefully those animals go to really good homes. But your children, people have a right to be concerned. And seeing them live in a filthy house without beds, yeah, people are going to be upset about it. What's y'all's issue with me and Drew? I don't know, maybe child neglect and animal abuse? You bought a PlayStation before beds for your kids. That's one reason. Yes, a PS5. I don't know how much they are anymore, but I know that when we bought it, it was like $500. Right there, you could have tried to do something, or at least bought one bed or something. Not to mention, not just the PlayStation, but you're not just buying a PlayStation, you're buying the controllers, which the controllers are usually about $70. You're buying games, which can be about $70 as well. So the whole thing is a lot of money, not to mention the TV that you bought that you play on. That's a really nice TV. So it does make it seem like your priorities are in a different place. Why did you have another kid if you're struggling? And it was planned. Yeah, that does irritate me too. And I don't want to tell anybody what to do with their bodies. I don't want to tell anybody how many kids they can and can't have. But just why? Why would you have so many children if you can't provide for them? I just don't get it.
What would you do for your children? How far would you go? I'm sure the answer is anything and anywhere, right? So I'm watching Resilient Jenkins. I know I should have left that girl blocked. Baby girl is getting evicted in 3 days, and she's talking about, she's complaining about the agency not helping her find an apartment, not calling her back. They're getting evicted in 3 days. Why are they getting evicted? Because she didn't pay. They didn't pay. Failure to pay $2,100. I monetize on this app. She's made $2,100 that she could have paid. It's bad enough that people were having to buy your children basic necessities, mattresses and bedding, while you're monetizing on this app. Meanwhile, your man child is sitting in the background the entire time that you're talking about getting evicted, and he's playing video games. What? And maybe this is so triggering to me because I worked with children and families for 10 years and I've seen it all, right? I've seen it all. And maybe this is so triggering to me because I grew up with a deadbeat father who dipped out, took everything. My mom did everything she possibly could to make sure me and my sister were taken care of. We were homeless for a little bit. We lived with her friends for a little bit till she got back up on her feet. But the fact that that man is sitting in the background playing video games, he refuses to get a job, blows my mind. But the fact that she puts up with it, and before you come for me, oh, Allie, she's in a situation. Not here, friends. Please don't leave that type of comment on my page.
So one last video before we close out on this is from Morgan again, but it's actually Stephanie's mom has gotten in to say something about all this. So let me get this straight. The Resilient Jenkins have like 2 days until they're being evicted, and Stephanie's mom has come on TikTok to share what she thinks about the whole entire situation.
Watching my daughter go viral because she's doing such a great job has been one of the hardest things I have ever had to sit back and watch. Watching my daughter make decisions to stay with a man who clearly does not care about her.
Stephanie's mom then goes on to say that she will help her daughter and that Drew is not welcome. She hasn't seen her grandbabies in over a year. And basically, she won't ask her mom for help because she knows that she won't help Drew too. So basically, Stephanie would rather them have nowhere to go than to get help from her mom. She's too worried about this man. And like her mom just said, and like everybody's been saying, Drew does not care about her. Because what grown man is going to sit back and let their family be homeless? We actually had somebody in the video yesterday. This is the perfect circumstances to what she was saying. Choosing a man over your children. This woman has somewhere to go. She has somebody willing to help her and take her in, but she won't do it because she doesn't want to leave her man. Her man who won't help her, who won't get a job, who just plays video games, spends the money on things that they don't need to, not help the children. That's the kind of situation that she was talking about. So let me get this straight. The Resilient Jenkins are being evicted in one more day. And Stephanie and Drew have both known for months now that they were going to be evicted because they have not been paying rent. Stephanie has been reaching out to places for housing for them. But let's be honest, who is going to house 2 adults and 5 children? 2 of the adults that are not working either. They have past evictions. They're not working. They have 5 kids. I mean, that's going to be really hard to find somewhere to give you housing. And the fact that they waited until the very last minute to find housing just tells you how fucked up their priorities are. And then she's lying on here saying that her mom won't help her and that her siblings won't help her. her mom has came on here and literally said that she would help them, but she just won't help Drew. And at that point, girl, that man has to go. You have 4 kids technically, so you need to take your children and go to your mom's. Stephanie did say that they might go to a hotel, like, if anything. But girl, at this point, you have such a big platform. I just feel like at this point, just make a GFM. And at the end of the day, I do not want to see children homeless and on the street. Nobody wants to see that. Stephanie has said that she was going to leave Drew before and never did. So I hope this shit opens up her eyes. So that is pretty much all that I got. I am sure there are other channels that you can search for that have gone way more in depth than I have. I just wanted to give you guys an update on them. They are getting evicted. I want good things for these people, at least for the children. I don't want them sleeping on mattresses on the floor, cramped into one little house. You can't just keep kids locked up in one room all day. I'm befuddled by what I'm seeing, the actions, the way that she's talking. You need to put your children before anything. And if your husband loved you more than anything, he'd want to put the children first too. So I don't know. I'm hoping that these kids, I'm hoping that something works out so that these kids aren't in this bad situation anymore. I have put the links to all of these videos down below. You guys can go check them out. Please don't send any hate to anybody. They already get enough of it, as we can clearly see. But if you want to just do kind of your own research and go through their video library and all that, I will put the links down below. Of course, I'll put Morgan's as well. So that's all I got for you guys. If you have any more information or anything else you'd like to add, again, please leave it down below. Until next time, have a wonderful day, guys. Happy St. Patrick's Day. I love you. Bye.